Hey, it's Ice Howard, and it is time to play some games. I'm back with some more Pokemon Go PvP content, and today we're going to be looking at my weighted Voyager Cup tournament. So this is a 4-round tournament, but my phone decided, hey, I'm going to be out of storage in the very first round, and so I'm not going to record any of the tournament. So I don't have footage from my end, but luckily 3 of my 4 opponents were able to give me their side of the battle. So we are still able to look at these matches and look at my tournament run. So without any further ado, make sure you drop a like on this video if you're excited, and let's get into round 1 against Gorilla Marcus. Alright, so hopping in round 1, we are going to be leading with Altaria, and he's going to be leading with Azumarill. And it's not the best matchup for us, but we're going to be staying in just so we can try to get some chip damage with our Sky Attacks, and it's going to get a shield from our opponent here, which is really good for us. And he's going to go for that Ice Beam, which of course we're going to shield. Now that we're both down a shield, I feel okay swapping into Toxicroak. If I can get off this Sludge Bomb, it's going to be great. Then he swaps into Ferrothorn as soon as I throw a charge move, and it was a Sludge Bomb, which is an interesting choice that he decided to come in with a Ferrothorn, because I am going to be doing super effective damage with those counter fast moves. And I get off a Mud Bomb, which would have KO'd, and he gets his last shield, and he's going to go for the Power Whip, which does a lot of damage comparatively, even though it's not very effective. And so we're going to be able to feint Ferrothorn down. He's going to come in with Altaria and finish us off, but before we can let him do that, we're going to bring in our own Azumarill, because I know his switch timer is still up. He's going to go for Sky Attacks here, and then swap into his own Azumarill, but I'm going to be able to get off a charge move here, and this, you'll see, I have Play Rough on my Azumarill, because I wanted to be able to win the Azumarill Mirror, because you see, Ice Beam's not very effective, Hydro Pump's not very effective, but Play Rough is neutral, and so I'm going to be able to get to this charge move and take out his Azumarill before he gets to the move here, and then I need to just get to a Play Rough here, but he's going to get the Sky Attack first. That's completely fine. We have a shield and a good amount of health on our Azumarill, but we get to the Play Rough here, and that's going to make it into the red, and then we are going to take this Sky Attack here, which will take out Azumarill, but we have our own Altaria in the back, which has plenty of health, and we were able to Dragon Breath down, so GG's for game 1. And get that friendship increase there. We made it to Ultra Friends. Neither of us had a Lucky Egg down, which is kind of unfortunate, but round 2, we have Ferrothorn into Azumarill. Another bad lead for us, but we can swap into Altaria and get some great energy there, and we can even get off the Sky Attack here. It's going to be neutral, but it's still going to be hitting very hard. We do get the shield. He swaps out into his Azumarill, which is not good for us. And we get off the Sky Attack. He decides not to shield, which is a good play. And he goes for the Ice Beam, which is going to be super effective twice on Altaria. So, of course, we are going to shield, because I want to get this Azumarill in low health with our Sky Attacks, because they still do some good damage, even though not as much as Ice Beam. So it is not the best matchup. See, that does way too much. So we are going to come in with our own Azumarill here. We have the health advantage, but he is going to be able to bring in Ferrothorn here after we take out his Azumarill with our Play Rough here. So he comes in with Ferrothorn, which has loaded energies. We're able to go with a Power Whip here. But we swapped right on the charge move into AWAC. Alola Marowak is going to be able to deal massive damage with our Fire Spins, and we are able to build up to a Shadow Ball and land that on the Altaria. And then a Sky Attack finishes us off. And so we have to come in with Azumarill. And we get off the Play Rough here, but he's completely fine saving a shield for his Ferrothorn because his Ferrothorn just obliterates us here. With the latest buff to Bullet Seed, it charges energy so quickly, and Power Whip is going to hit very hard. None of my charge moves are going to be able to do much to Ferrothorn's Grass and Steel typing. So he gets the shield, and he still has a shield here. So even if I had Ice Beam or a move that was somewhat decent against this, then he would still have the shield. So that is going to be game number 2 there, finishing us off. And we're going to hop into the deciding match of round 1. So for match 3 here, he's going to lead Azumarill, we lead Toxicroak, which is an interesting matchup. If we can land the Sludge Bomb, then it's basically a win for us, but if we can't do that, then it's not going to be good. So we throw a charge attack, he puts up a shield, and he blocks the Sludge Bomb. So I swap out into my own Azumarill, and he's going to bring in Altaria, which I don't know why he didn't go for Ferrothorn, because as we saw in the last battle, Ferrothorn just shreds Azumarill, but we were able to get the Play Rough off. We do have the energy advantage. He's going to go for a Sky Attack, and we are comfortable taking that, preserving our shield advantage, and we are just going to go for the Play Rough to finish this off. He decides to save the shield and come in with Ferrothorn and go straight for the Power Whip as soon as it's ready. And what we are going to do is use our first shield and then come in with Altaria. So he's going to swap in and go straight for the Ice Beam, but we beat him there on the CMP tie there. And we get the Sky Attack off. So then he goes for an Ice Beam. I'm going to let that go through. I know it's not going to take me out completely, and I know he has tons of energy, so he ends up having to throw the second Ice Beam. So this Azumarill has no energy right now, so we are able to come in with our own Azumarill, take it out quickly with a Play Rough, but he does get the last shield there because he wants to try to hold on to this Azumarill mirror here. Because we have our he has Ferrothorn in the back, and we have Toxicroak in the back, which is going to be a great matchup for us. And we have the shield. So we countered down Azumarill, and we are able to shield this Flash Cannon here and just counter down, but we decided to go for the charge move to finish it off in style. So we get the Mud Bomb off there, and GG's to Gorilla Marcus in round 1. So we're going to skip to round 3 right now. My round 2 opponent, Irish Lunatic, did not record his side of the battle, which is not his fault at all. They're great matches. We just don't have them right now. So we're going to start off round 3 with 1 to Spain in an Azumarill mirror match. And you can see his Azumarill has Play Rough as well. So this is really going to be down to who decides to shield, who gets piggybacks, who has the better IVs. It's a much closer matchup, so it's really a true mirror match. And we are both going to just be going for these Play Roughs and bringing each other into the red, except I decide to shield. He brings up his swap window to get ready to swap into Hypno. I'm ready to swap in Altaria here. You can see he has Thunder Punch and Focus Blast. And even if he had an Ice Punch, these Thunder Punches are not going to be doing anything to me. This Focus Blast is not going to do much either because we resist both of those charge moves, so we're able to just go for those Sky Attacks. I'm going to try to farm him down. And if he had Ice Punch on his Hypno, it would be a much closer match, and we would have lost shield advantage there, but Thunder Punch is great against the Azumarill. So he's going to come in. We get off the Sky Attack that would have finished off Azumarill. He decides to shield and go for Play Rough here. Before we can get to another Sky Attack, I decide to let it go down because I know I can bring in my own Azumarill and get off this Play Rough which is going to get his second shield. So now we are up a shield, but he has so much energy, he's going to go for another Play Rough, which we decide to shield. He comes in with Metal, and we swap out into a Alolan Marowak. This is great for us as long as we don't take a Rock Slide, and that's what we're about to do. But it does tons of damage, but we are still able to... Okay, no, we don't take it out. He gets to another Rock Slide there. But we were able to have done tons of damage with our Fire Spin fast move, that we can come in. Even a resisted Play Rough is going to get that Metal very low, and we're able to farm a little bit more, and then we are able to bubble down this Azumarill. I mean, throw the last Play Rough. We could have bubbled down since it didn't have much energy, but I just wanted to throw the Play Rough to be sure. So GG's very close, very well fought battle. And let's hop into the second match of round 3. We're going to have our Altaria versus his Azumarill. So not a great matchup for us, as we know. It's definitely a better matchup than I mentioned Ice Beam Azumarill. The Play Rough Azumarill isn't going to be as good, and he is going to throw the Play Rough here. And I'm going to shield, and I'm comfortable staying in this matchup because I know that he has Play Rough, because I'd rather fight to keep switch advantage than swap out and get hard countered by something. And then come in with Play Rough, and we don't block this one. We're both down 1 shield, and we are going to get to the Sky Attack here before he's able to get to the Play Rough. And that gets him into the red. He's going to look to bubble us down here, but it doesn't work, and we're able to get to a Sky Attack on very, very little HP. Just one more bubble, which that gets his last shield. So he is now shieldless and is able to throw a Play Rough as soon as he sees that it's an Azumarill coming in, and we are just going to try to bubble this down. But he goes for a second Play Rough because he had so much energy that he's able to take us down low, because I don't feel comfortable giving him a shield. And then he decides to bring in Hypno here. And I know this is a bad matchup for me, but we can come in with Alolan Marowak, which has great matchups against the 2 Pokemon he had in the back. We can go for these super effective Bone Clubs. He's going to be looking to go for a Rock Slide here, but we still have that shield. So this matchup is going to look a lot different from the last time. This second Rock Slide is still going to do massive damage to us, but we're going to have the opportunity to Fire Spin it down, and then throw the Shadow Ball on this Hypno. And then he counters us down and gets to the Thunder Punch to take out our Azumarill. And I'm just screaming at my Azumarill, be thick, and the Azumarill was thick. We can get to the Play Rough here and take out Hypno. Extremely close. That is so little HP on that Azumarill. But we are going to go into Game 3 now. We're going to both be leading with Altaria, and we'll see how this goes. So we're both going to be doing super effective damage. That health is just melting away. He goes for the Sky Attack and is able to attack first. I decide to shield that, and he decides to shield my Sky Attack. So I'm thinking, okay, he has the CMP tie since he has the higher attack stat, but I'm able to get to it this time, so he decides to shield and go for his own Sky Attack now. So we are now down, both of us are down both shields, but I am barely able to make it out because I have a very high rank Altaria. So we have the switch advantage. He comes in with Hypno, we come in with the Alolan Marowak, he swaps out to Azumarill, we hard swap in Venusaur, and that is just GG pretty much here, because we have the Frenzy Plant, which can take this out. It's going to be going for Hydro Pump, which is not going to be able to do much to us. We're able to bind with that down. Hypno is going to be dealing super effective damage to us, but we're able to get off this Frenzy Plant here, and I'm thinking, oh no, he's going to throw a Shadow Ball right here and take us out, but he goes for the Focus Blast, which is not going to be very effective on our Ghost type, Marowak, and that would be GG's there. Not sure why he didn't go for Thunder, so that would have been a little bit better, but GG's there anyway. So we're going to go into the final round against Amelia Marie. So she's going to lead Venusaur, we're going to lead Azumarill, sorry, and we're going to swap into the Mirror, because that was a very bad lead for us. She's comfortable staying in with the Mirror to get off that Sludge Bomb, and then she swaps in Altaria and decides to shield our Sludge Bomb here, and she is able to just go ahead and farm us down here, but not before we get to another charge move here. It's going to be a Sludge Bomb dealing a ton of damage to Altaria, a ton of neutral damage, and so we have the shield advantage here, but she is looking a lot better with her positioning here. So she's going to be able to get off that Ice Beam here, and we're going to be looking to go for that Play Rough as soon as we can, but she tries to swap there, but we get this Play Rough off. She decides not to shield, which is going to take out this Altaria, so she can just safely come in with Venusaur, but we can swap in our Altaria. She's going to go for the Sludge Bomb. We know that deals a decent amount to Altaria, but I am okay with taking that because I don't know what she has in the back, and if it is an Azumarill, like we already know that it is, then we can have a much better chance if we have two shields for our Altaria, since these bubbles are going to be resisted. We just got to watch out for the charge moves here, but she does have a shield as well, and that's going to be very crucial in this matchup. So we're going to get off a Sky Attack, she's going to get off a Play Rough, and I decided to save that for my Azumarill, thinking, okay, we have plenty of health on our Azumarill, not plenty, but enough that two shields is going to be able to help us out. So she decides not to shield that one. She's going to throw a Play Rough here, which we are going to shield. We are now even on shields, but she is in the lead on energy, both very low in HP. She's going to get our last shield, and we throw the Play Rough here. She shields it and is going to be able to outspeed us to the next Play Rough to finish us off in an exciting game one. So for the next match of this final round, we are going to lead Venusaur into her Azumarill, which is a fantastic lead for us, and we are going to be getting off a ton of energy. She's going to swap in her Venusaur, but we're going to save that energy and just come in with our Altaria here. So she's going to get off the Sludge Bomb, and we're okay with taking that because we can load up tons of energy, throw the Sky Attack here, which would take it out, and get the shield here. So she's going to throw this Sludge Bomb, and we are going to shield that. And we're going to look to farm down, but I didn't want to take another Sludge Bomb, so we are going to just throw the Sky Attack there. And she's going to come in with her Azumarill. And I'm thinking, okay, we don't really need Altaria as much anymore because we already took out that Venusaur. So we were able to come in with our own Venusaur and take out her Azumarill. Or almost take it out. And then she's going to bring in her Altaria. We're going to come in with our own Azumarill. And the reason I was able to predict what she had is because she really likes to run the first three in her team comp, for Kanto, Johto, and Hoenn picks. And you'll see that in all three of our matches here. And so I just needed to figure out what she was bringing, and then I was able to bring a line to counter it. So we were able to just do our best against this Altaria, and we get the play rough off here, which is going to be great. And then we are able to bubble down this Azumarill. She's going to get to the play rough first, which we can safely shield, and then bring in our Venusaur just for the style points, I guess. Because Venusaur is cool, got that shiny flex. And we're going to hop into our third match. We win the lead with Altaria into Venusaur, and we are able to be prepared for whatever she is going to swap in next. So she decides to stay in, which is interesting, because she knows she can get to the Sludge Bomb before our Sky Attack, but not quite. That doesn't really happen. And so she decides to let it go, interestingly, and she's going to come in with Azumarill. And so she has a great matchup here. If we decide to switch, we give her switch advantage, but we do have 2 Pokemon in the back where she only has 1. And even though we're equal on shields, so depending on what we have in the back, what she has in the back, it could be a good strategy, but we were able to come in with Venusaur. And then when she swaps into Altaria, we can come in with our Azumarill. And we just held by sacrificing our Altaria after she sacrificed her Venusaur, we were able to hold on to switch advantage, and that worked out very well for us, because if it were the other way around, we still had our Venusaur onto her Altaria, it wouldn't work out well for us. And so we really needed our proper counters to be lined up under her, so that's why switch advantage was so important in this match. So we're going to be able to get the last shield, and she swaps into her Azumarill and goes for the play rough. But we swapped into our Venusaur right there, and we're able to take that. We still have 2 shields. We get off the Frenzy Plant, and we were able to just let Venusaur, I believe I'll let Venusaur go down to this Sky Attack here, because having 2 shields on our Azumarill, I didn't realize how low of health it was, but Dragon Breath is not going to be able to take us out. Her Altaria is going to need these Sky Attacks, and she's barely able to get off 1, but we do have 2 shields, so we are able to use 1 and have an extra and be able to bubble her down. And so that's GG's. Very well played there to all 4 of my opponents. You only saw 3 of the battles here, but GG's to Irish Lunatic either way. And we were able to pull out the win against Irish too. And so we were able to sweep the tournament 4-0. And I was able to get ace last month, but this brought me up a few segments on the bar there. And so we got a decent way into ace. And this was a fantastic tournament overall. We had some tough opponents, but we were able to pull out the dubs there, and GG's all around. So if you liked this video, go ahead and drop a like down below, and go ahead and subscribe for future content on this channel. Helps me out a ton, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!